And also, if you have any questions Cornell related, feel free to chime in with those. We'll have some time for Q&A as well. So just to prepare for this, I pulled out the graduation issue of the class of 1979 of the Daily Sun, the issue that they published for commencement weekend, just to give me an idea of what life was like for your class. And that Daily Sun actually called your class the quietest of classes, which I'm sure you would disagree with. Exactly. Clearly incorrect and inaccurate sentiment. There was also a quote in that graduation issue, 1979 issue, about reunion weekend, which I thought it was appropriate to repeat. Your classmate Stuart Berman wrote, "We'll return to the hill to sip cocktails and nibble on hors d'oeuvres inside huge ruffled tents at elegant empty reunions." Hopefully not so empty, but the rest of it perhaps fairly accurate. So it's good to see you back, return to campus, nibbling hors d'oeuvres under, not a ruffled tent, but that's for the rest of the weekend. How many of you are attending your first reunion, first time back for reunion weekend? Welcome, congrats. All right, excellent. How many of you have attended all 6 of the big reunions for your year? All right, congrats. So a lot has changed over those 35 years. How many of you haven't been back in at least 10 years? All right, 20 years? 30 years? How many are back for the first time since the year they graduated? Wow, all right. Welcome back. Campus hasn't changed at all, really. I'm sure you recognize everything. So your freshman year, you arrived on campus. Who was the president? Who remembers? Dale Corson, all right. Cornell's 8th president. Do you know that Dale Corson actually discovered an element on the periodic table? Anyone know what element? Astatine. Fun fact for you, you can stump your friends at the tents later this weekend. Astatine. I don't know its number on the periodic table. You stumped me already. Can anyone guess how much tuition was when you arrived on campus? Apparently you remember that quite well. My notes say it was 3,775 in endowed colleges, 1,650 for in-state residents and statutory colleges. That also hasn't changed at all since still. Any guesses what tuition is now? It's about 47,000 statutory colleges, so it's changed a little bit. So your freshman year, a couple big Ithaca landmarks actually opened. Does anyone remember what big Ithaca landmarks opened your freshman year? You probably weren't exploring Ithaca much. Pyramid Mall, that's right. It's now called the Shops at Ithaca Mall. They changed the name a couple years ago, but still there. Anyone remember the other Ithaca landmark? The Commons, exactly. And if you have a chance this weekend to go down there, it's once again under construction. It followed your reunion cycle, so they are rebuilding the Commons. They do a different Commons. Also, I thought it was amusing that, well, your freshman year, the 4 years you were on campus, Cornell was actually in a capital campaign. Some things never change. So they had the Cornell campaign during your 4 years on campus. Any idea what their goal was for that campaign? We have 100 million? 150? 4 billion. Well, that's your current one, Brian. The campaign while you were on campus, $230 million. The campaign that ended in 1975-80. Another campus landmark your freshman year that vanished, actually. Anyone know what campus landmark? The stump, exactly. Any of you remember giving a speech on the stump as a freshman, perhaps? Or... So the stump did vanish your freshman year, was cut down by vandals. Discovered in Tremont Park, actually. It was a fraternity prank, apparently. They tried reinstalling it, and didn't really work out, and the stump is no more today. But there is a plaque over by William Strait Hall honoring the stump, so its legacy lives on. The only tree stump with a plaque on campus, so that's what's something. Anyone remember what famous college town eatery opened your freshman year? Rulos opened right around the same time. I think it was a year or so before you arrived, right? Youngstown Bagels is the one I was thinking of. That was your freshman year. Opened on College Avenue. It was not in the location it is today. It was farther down College Ave, that same block, but moved a couple years later to the corner location. Now a standard restaurant for all Cornellians. But you were one of the first classes to experience that. Any other memories from your freshman year that I'm sitting out on that's coming to mind? Louis' lunch. Yeah, Louis is still there. Louis hasn't changed much over the years. The hot truck is still there as well.
It was the first year of Saturday Night Live. We used to go down.
First year of Saturday Night Live. Okay.
Thirsty Bear Tavern.
Thirsty Bear Tavern. Back when you could, you remember that fondly. Unfortunately, the Thirsty Bear Tavern and beer in the dorm rooms are not a common thing these days. They're not official. Drinking age is still 18. Very different. Noise Pub? Was Noise Pub around? That's right. When you arrived on campus, that was the second year of the Phi Psi 500. So you got to experience the glory days of the Phi Psi 500. I'm afraid that's a tradition that the age of risk management has put an end to that. That's true. Your class was actually the last class to graduate from Cornell without a fall break. After your class graduated, they added a break the next year. So, a four-day weekend the following year. But it was thanks to your class's efforts. Boostler Restaurant downtown, open early 70s, yeah. I think that might have been, okay, 73. What was the headline of the joke issue of the Daily Sun your freshman year? I don't know. Anyone remember that? The joke issue of the Daily Sun? Dorms were too full? Okay. So let's move to your sophomore year, see what happened your sophomore year on campus. A campus landmark that you see all over campus actually began your sophomore year. Any guesses what that was? The blue lights, exactly, blue light phones. I started your sophomore year with 4 blue light phones. Any guesses how many there are on campus today? 50, 200, it's somewhere in the middle there. There are 123 blue light phones today. So it started with 4, by the time you graduated they had 23, and then today there are 123. Does it make it safer? I hope so. I don't know. I don't have those stats, no. Anyone remember what actor sold out Bailey Hall when you were on campus sophomore year? What was that? Renaissance? Were they in Bailey or Barton? They were in Bailey? Okay. Did Harry Chapin visit your sophomore year? I see some nodding heads. A fellow Cornellian. I heard someone yelling out over here. William Shatner, that's right. He sold out Bailey Hall your sophomore year. For $1?